Welcome to TSN Wrestling. I don't know where to begin in telling you about this particular card, but maybe I can begin by telling you we've got a lumberjack boot camp match. Should be a zinger between Colonel Kirshner and Mukka Singh. Owen Hart climbs into the ring tonight against Kerry Brown. Years ago, that was quite a rivalry when Owen was a mere babe in the woods as far as experience was concerned. And the main event, listen to this one, they're calling it the Battle of the Titans. Bad News Allen against Jason the Terrible. Who's going to be the crowd favorite? You got any money, you better bet on Jason. At least that's the way I think it's going to shape up. We'll get to the action in just a moment. Proceedings with Garfield Ports, the not-so-English gentleman out of London at 222. That's a weight that is absolutely equal to that registered tonight by Mr. Hito of Tokyo. It's one fall. There's a 15-minute time limit, and we are moving toward the 10-minute mark. And I must say, Mr. Ports has taken his ugly pills once again tonight.
Mr. Ports has dominated. He calls himself the best wrestler to ever come out of England. He'd get an argument from anybody who has seen Davy Boy Smith or the Dynamite Kid, but Garfield Ports is making a heck of an impression in the territory. He is already ranked number 3 in the mid-heavyweight division of the Commonwealth Championships. Commonwealth champion, of course, in the mid-heavyweight division, the Great Gamma. And Ed, you have some news on the Great Gamma.
Well, he's coming back to the territory. He's been touring the world, and primarily in the African states. He is a great hero, which is hard to imagine. This fella Ports maintains he's the best fighter to ever come out of England. I got a news flash for him. His father was 10 times the fighter he is. But Ports has a larger oral cavity. That's it.
Ports will talk up a storm. He has got a rather large ego. And he just about got pinned by Mr. Hito. 2 men, as you say, of exactly the same weight. A good little workout for Garfield Ports. Whether or not he can pin Mr. Hito, a veteran of the Ring Wars, is still in doubt. But Ports, an up-and-comer, and he is a man who is going to be challenging for that Commonwealth mid-heavyweight title.
Well, right now, he is certainly doing the pitching. We had indicated to you last week that one half of the, what do we call it, just about a triple main event would be a boot camp barbed wire match. And I kind of shuddered when I heard that terminology. I know it's been done in Puerto Rico, but there must be a streak of sadism there somehow to allow that to happen, because here in Calgary, a barbed wire match has absolutely been banned. The Boxing and Wrestling Commission, and I salute them, has said no, 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 so it becomes a lumberjack match. In the meantime, Hito works his way up on the ropes, and Ports just seems incapable of doing anything about it. We're past the 10-minute mark. Referee is Wayne Hart. Ports is totally dominated.
Ports looks like he has this bout completely in control. Mr. Hito has had a very limited amount of success in the ring as of late. He is, as we've said, a seasoned ring veteran, but perhaps the time has come when Mr. Hito has to look to the possibility of hanging up the wrestling gear. He has been beaten up by a variety of opponents, and Garfield Ports right now having his way with the popular Japanese wrestler.
Well, he gets a couple of legs up this time around. Hito coming back now. Solid headbutt. Bangs him into the corner. Hito's going to give him a ride. But Ports all of a sudden doesn't want any.
Well, anybody that comes across Mr. Hito's headbutts knows they don't want to get involved. He has one of the hardest heads in the business. Look at Hito. He's got him. It's an airplane spin. He has got Garfield Ports in trouble, slams him down to the canvas. There he goes upstairs.
Watch it. Uh-oh. Ports was eyeballing him all the way. Got the knees up. Did a little damage to the midsection of Ito. And it's further damaged as he's hung up in the corner and then gets slapped around by Ports. I'm beginning to think this Ports needs to have a lesson from somebody in this territory. There it is. It's a 3 count. And again, a not too popular victory for Garfield Ports.
Well, if he's going to get a lesson, it's going to be a while coming, because Garfield Ports, with that big move off the second rope, with that big suplex move, emerges victorious. Your winner of our first bout on tonight's card, London's Pride, Garfield Ports. Garfield Ports. Okay, already you're ranked number 3 in the Commonwealth mid-heavyweight division.
Three, I should be number 1.
Okay. But before you argue, you must feel a little humble because you're in the opening bout of the card.
Humble? There's no humble ounce of energy in this body. The only thing this body's got first class, unlike all you stupid Canadian immigrants signing these seats out there. And let me just say one thing. The Karachi Vice, as the legal representative, the Ports legacy, the Great Gamma, make us sing. The Karachi Vice is going to rule, and for last, but not least of all, that belt's going to be around my waist.
Well, the man that you're going to have to take the belt away from is another member of Karachi Vice.
What are you talking
The
about?
Great Gamma. He has that Commonwealth mid-heavyweight title.
Oh, well, we'll cross that bridge when we reach it. But for right now, as a legal representative, crossing the Atlantic, unlike you common peasants outside there, you bunch of retards, unlike you people, as a graduate from Oxford, crossing the Atlantic in the Concorde. What more can I say?
Well, not much. Here's the man. He calls himself the best wrestler ever to come out of Great Britain.
Absolutely right.
Garfield Ports.
I don't know what's happening to you. People are booing left and right. And I have just checked with the bookies, and you're the underdog against Jason the Terrible.
Are you kidding? Let me tell you something, King Edward. These beer-belly sharecroppers do not have no brains. They seem to have forgotten one thing. This Jason the Terrible has sent wrestlers out to the hospital, have beaten people up on the street, have ripped off old ladies' pocketbooks, and now these idiots are out here cheering. But I know one thing, as long as you're in my corner, King Edward, I don't have no problem. But let me tell you something. If you beer-belly sharecroppers think or believe that I'm going to lose, you got another thought coming, because this man has the IQ of a turnip. That's right, the IQ of a turnip. And when I get done with him, the only thing he's going to be good for, he's going to be good for fertilizer for your crabgrass. And I hope one thing, King Edward, that he went to the veterinarians today and got his shot for ugliness, because that can wear off and it can get on me, and I wouldn't like that. But I guarantee you one thing, Jason, your brain is the size of a pea, but when the Ultimate Warrior gets a hold of you, you're gonna learn a little lesson. You're gonna learn that you should have never double-crossed me. A man can't be trusted. I came up here, shook hands with him.
Why is the crowd chanting, Jay's son, Jay's son?
It's obvious, King Edward, that you and I are the only ones in here that have any class. That's why they cheer for him, because they have no class, because he's a lowlife, and he's gonna be even lower when I pound him into the ground. I will have no mercy, and I definitely ain't gonna take no prisoners when it comes to him.
I hope I'm not the same class. I don't think I'll say that to his face. Well, here we go with the bell now. And as you might anticipate, DeSalvo cheated to kick it off. He's got $1,000 on this. He better do it in a hurry. Little bulldog job right there. And DeSalvo now has gone 15 seconds and covers, but it's just a 2 count.
Strangler Steve DeSalvo, as you've mentioned, says that he can beat Black Sabbath in under 51 seconds, which is what Phil LaFleur did to Black Sabbath just 1 week ago. He's got $1,000 on this.
Well, it's up to 37 seconds. He's running out of time. It's at 40 seconds. 45 seconds. He's only got 6 seconds left. He's at 50 seconds now, knocks him down. He hasn't done it. It's gone past 51 seconds.
It has gone past 51 seconds. That might not be surprising, in as much as Black Sabbath has a record of 7 wins in his last 10 bouts in New York State before coming to the territory. Steve DeSalvo must be frustrated. He could not beat the time that Phil LaFleur dispatched this man, Black Sabbath.
Look out now. Over the top, he landed on his feet, caught it beautifully. Gives him another shot on the ropes, hammers away at him. Finally, he's getting the shirt off. Gives him another shot in the chest, and it's Phil LaFleur! It's Phil LaFleur! I don't believe it!
And DeSalvo doesn't believe it. DeSalvo is furious. He's outside the ring. It doesn't look like he wants any part of Phil LaFleur. He is absolutely flabbergasted, as is everybody in the arena.
DeSalvo's headed for the dressing room. That's it. Phil. The crowd absolutely loved it. It was the only way you were going to get to him, and now he's run. He's gone.
That's right. I just come to show you how much of a coward he really is. It's pretty bad, Ed, when you have to come out and disguise yourself so this overinflated coward won't even face me anymore. Week in and week out, he comes in and he beats everybody. He beats them up bad. Rookies, inexperienced guys. But when someone comes to his level, he cowards off. Well, let me tell you, DeSalvo, I told you the day you put stitches in my head, I was gonna get you one day. But today's not, I'm not satisfied enough. I wanted more. But one day you're gonna have to sign a contract. Let me tell you, you're gonna have to sign that contract.
Salvo, I think the expression is freaked out, and you looked pretty freaked out when you discovered the Black Sabbath was, in fact,
Davey,
Phil
shut
LaFleur.
up! LaFleur, I knew all the time it was LaFleur. LaFleur, what do you think? I'm a moron? I'm a cretin? Like these mongoloids from Canada? Like Davies? Like Whalen? I'd have punch you just... But you're too short anyways, you look like a dwarf. You remind me of LaFleur. What this Pepper did to me, I'll tell you, LaFleur, I want a contract, that's right. I want you on it. And when you sign, if you can sign, which I doubt.
He wants you too. He says he ran.
You need an interpreter for him.
He says that you ran from him.
For 3 weeks, I've been demanding a match with that little peasant, that Pepper. And what did he do? He ran like the cockroach that he is, underneath the chairs. I couldn't get him in here.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean, yeah, right, bozo? You're just like he is, a moron! See, this is what? This is the typical Canadian people, right? They have to sit there during my interview, during the greatest athlete, the greatest mind. They have to sit there and try to interrupt me. But I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Davies, I'm gonna calm down right now. But when Mr. LaFleur signs the contract, or should I say, when he has someone else sign the contract, because he's not capable, I'm sure. Mr. LaFleur, you have started something that you cannot finish. Only I can finish it, Mr. LaFleur, because I am at my best. Cockiness is my name, but the game is sadistic. And when the sadistic one takes control, Mr. Davies, I am not going to send you down for the 1, 2, 3 count, Mr. LaFleur. I'm going to send you to the hospital. And then make sure your life insurance policy's paid up and you have a beneficiary.
His name is Cockiness. We'll call him something else later.
Tag team action. That is what we've got right here, right now. The combination of Johnny Smith at 228, Manchester, England, sharing that weight, Biff Wellington of Lloydminster, and the honorable opposition, perhaps I used the wrong word with honorable, Champagne Jerry Morrow, 232, Martinique, French West Indies, and Goldie Rogers, 223, Hollywood, California. We have gone past the 10-minute mark. It has been a very spirited affair. Wayne Hart is the referee, and I've got to think that primarily the points would count for Smith and Wellington. They have done a good job thus far.
Johnny Smith and Biff Wellington, two very proficient mid-heavyweights, both ranked very highly for the Commonwealth Championship. Johnny Smith ranked at the number 4 spot, Biff Wellington holding down the number 5 position, and they're working well as a team. It's interesting. Johnny Smith seems to have adjusted well to teaming up with Biff Wellington. It was going to be Phil LaFleur as his partner, but Phil LaFleur instead decided to masquerade as Black Sabbath against Strangler Steve DeSalvo, as you've already seen, but it doesn't seem to be taking much steam out of this combination.
Something's got to give here, over the top. Morrow ran straight into the arm drag. And man, this Biff Wellington has come a long way. Tag with Johnny Smith. Yes, sir, this is a good combination. Smith and Wellington. I notice in the tag team ratings that Hito and Wellington are listed down in the number 4 position. I gotta think that Smith might be his partner. Here it comes. Big solid slam. He's going upstairs. Crowd says, yes, sir, yes, sir. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 2-point landing, both knees.
Champagne Jerry Morrow a little upset, I would think, at not being partnered up with Muckin Singh, his usual partner. The Champagne man likes working with the 380-pound toilet bowl, so it's a little out of the ordinary that he's teaming up with Goldie Rogers. But nonetheless, at ringside, complimenting every move that Goldie Rogers and Champagne Jerry Morrow make, are the little guy. He's the financial advisor of Karachi Vice, Abu Weezal, and the social director, Miss Honey. The always lovely, the always talented, the not too terribly bright.
You male chauvinist pig, you. I find she's quite an intellectual observer of the passing parade.
An intellectual observer, if it was a passing parade, she'd be totally lost. This young lady, if you added the change in your pocket to your grandmother's age, to the distance in kilometers to Milwaukee, her IQ would not equate with that of an ashtray.
I've got to figure out what the laws of libel are in this country. We're moving toward 15 minutes, yes we are. It's one fall, there's a 20-minute time limit. You're watching Jerry Morrow and Goldie Rogers in the ring against Johnny Smith and Biff Wellington. And that's Rogers. Some people consider him kind of a buffoon. The fact remains, he's a pretty tough wrestler. Of course, when Gorgeous George first came into wrestling and really revolutionized things, people thought he was a clown. He was anything but. Watch this. over the top. Oh, no. Couldn't quite pull his man down because Rogers had a hold of that top rope. We are now at the 15-minute mark. So says Tommy Carr, our longtime timekeeper.
One thing that Johnny Smith and Biff Wellington are going to have to watch out for is the assortment of choking maneuvers used by Champagne Jerry Morrow. Morrow likes to use everything from shoelaces to tape to rope to wire to cord to wrap around his opponent's necks. And I'll tell you what, when he does that, he conceals it from the referee with his arm, and it can be a submission move.
Well, Morrow looking a little frustrated. He has had more than the anticipated amount of problem with Smith and Wellington. You probably are aware that Wellington came to this territory, and as a naive young man coming into the bright lights of the city, he got hooked up in the wrong company, the Karachi Vice. Finally, he saw the error of his ways, and he's a good guy. Hey, miracles still happen.
Well, Biff Wellington was bound to see the light. He decided that instead of training on champagne and caviar and hanging out with the buffoons of Karachi Vice, he would instead choose to work out in the gym, and it has done him nothing but good. Biff Wellington, a very good up-and-coming wrestler, rated one of the best rookies in all of professional wrestling.
Look at this. Just a 2 count. Whoa, whoa. Smith kicking out just in time. 3 minutes left in the match. Smith very much needs to make the tag. Jerry Morrow tries to assure that he does not. And Goldie Rogers is going to cut Smith off at the pass. Cover, it's a 1, it's a 2, that's all. 2.5 minutes remaining in regulation time as Goldie Rogers makes the tag. In comes Jerry Morrow. He's going to get a free shot.
You are very right, Ed Whalen, when you say Johnny Smith has to make a tag. He just suffered a horrendous headbutt at the hands of one of the hardest heads in the business, that of Champagne Jerry Morrow. Morrow now trying to come off the ropes. He missed with that headbutt. Tried to make a tag. Smith gets his foot up in the rope, but I'll tell you what, Johnny Smith does have to make the tag with only 2 minutes left in regulation time in this bout.
That's Rogers. Just a 2 count, but you know, Smith is so close to those ropes, he cannot get in a major difficulty, but now he might be well advised to get out of there if he can initiate that. Biff Wellington's very fresh, waiting in the opposite corner. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Here's the big suplex, pulls him down. Cover, 1, 2. And again, Smith is hanging on. Morrow won't let him get away. Neck breaker. Boy, he's giving it to him right now. 2 count. 1 minute remaining. Can he make the tag?
With just 60 seconds left, we have seen a demonstration of great intestinal fortitude and stick-to-itiveness by Johnny Smith, but he is getting pounded. He comes off the ropes, gives a big knee to Goldie Rogers. He's going to try for that tag. He makes it.
Here we go. Biff Wellington knocks the first man down, gets up, knocks number 2 down as well. Look at him go against Goldie Rogers. Gives a shot to Jerry Morrow. He's taking on 2 at a time. Elects to run Morrow into Rogers. No, he doesn't. Just missed him. He's supposed to be fighting Rogers with 15 seconds remaining. Johnny Smith elects to join the fray. And we're going to have a little confrontation. Down they go. And I'm sure this is going to go to a draw with 3 seconds left. 1, 2, 3. Oh, man, that was so close. I spoke too soon.
So near and yet so far. We almost said it.
He's calling it a 3. He's calling it a 3 at the bell. He is.
An amazing feat. 3 seconds to go. Biff Wellington gets his man in a small package, and he does the deed. Your winners, Biff Wellington and Johnny Smith.
We're going to have a look-see now at an outfit they call Bad Company. Bruce Hart, 213 Calgary. Brian Pillman, 226 Cincinnati. They are looking very metallic tonight in their silver uniforms. They're in there against Hashif Khan. Big man, 270. Yahol, Mongolia. And Viet Cong Express, he's at 225. Ho Chi Minh City, North Vietnam. This is one fall. There is a 30-minute time limit. And there's no question about the favorites in this match.
Well, the favorites have to be the International Tag Team Champions, Bad Company, my buddies, Bruce Hart and Brian Pillman. There is a problem, though. They are against a very good tag team, the Mongolian champion, Hashif Khan. And at 270 pounds, he is a big man. And you cannot count out Viet Cong Express. He is another master of the martial arts. But nonetheless, as you say, Ed Whalen, you have to favor the champions, and the champions are looking dominant as we approach the 2-minute mark.
All right. The old double whammy. This is a non-title affair. And we've got Bruce Hart right now going against Viet Cong Express. Whoops, they're trying to jam Hart into that corner. In comes the big man, Hashif. Hashif jams him in the corner, and both of them go to work on him.
You cannot take Hashif Khan lightly. This is a man who teamed up with Strangler Steve DeSalvo, and already in his very short time in the territory, he is ranked, along with Strangler Steve DeSalvo, as the third-ranked tag team in the International Championship Division.
Here comes Pillman. Hart giving him a little assistance. Brian Pillman inviting him for a little more. I warned that little shrimp, Abu Wizal, before the bout, that the fact is that if you smoke cigars as much as he does, it'll stunt your growth. He didn't like that. I was trying to be helpful. That was my health note for the day.
He did not like it one little bit. And ladies and gentlemen, we might be able to look for a feature bout on our card, Abu Wizal versus Ed Whalen.
Oh, that would be, you know, something to do with cruelty to animals, I would think. The guy is 4'11". Not that whoa, 2 count. Not that I'm putting that down, but with Wizal, he's so obnoxious. Easy to put him down. Here comes Hart. He's putting the Viet Cong man down and goes to work. We're getting close to the 5-minute mark. And it's the combination of Bruce Hart and Brian Pillman against Hashiv Khan, Viet Cong Express. One fall, 30-minute time limit. Just short of the 5-minute mark. That's Pillman dealing out the punishment on the ropes. And he invites Hashiv to join the party. Hashiv declines the invitation and gets knocked out into the front row.
As we have passed the 5-minute mark, it has been all bad company. The team of Brian Pillman and Bruce Hart totally dominating this bout. They have pummeled both the big man, 270-pound Mongolian champion, Hashiv Khan, and Viet Cong Express. You can see Pillman right now working over the Viet Cong. He is pulling no punches. It has been a whitewash, a no-hitter.
Certainly as far as Khan and the Express are concerned, they've not done any hitting. That's quite correct. One fall, 30 minutes. Another jam-packed crowd here, just like last week. Last week, a total sellout. This week, within a whisker, I would say, or maybe it's gone all the way because people are wandering around to the concessions and so forth. So another huge crowd here. Into the corner now for Viet Cong, and Pillman comes in to join the proceedings. Goes to work in the corner.
Pillman has been working on his martial arts moves. He's been working on the karate kicks, the judo chops. He is trying to become a complete wrestler. And one other thing that you'll notice about Bad Company is now they don't shy away from some of the tactics you might think are questionable. But right now, Pillman trying to regain his composure after getting that big karate kick in the chest area from Hashiv Khan, who slams Pillman down to the canvas.
Boy, this Khan showing enormous strength. My goodness, cover one. Just one, that's it. I want you to be careful. I want you to be careful and give a totally unbiased commentary on this match, James. I mean, I keep hearing you say us, Bad Company. I mean, what is this?
Well, I have been made an honorary member of Bad Company.
Honorary schmonorary. You're an unbiased announcer. Remember that.
Well, try and keep in mind when we're talking about biases, the only words I have heard you refer to when you're talking about Bad News Allen is my main man.
Oh, no, I've learned the error of my ways. He's a bad dude. I recently abdicated from his fan club. I was the only member. I was getting lonesome all by myself.
Well, it's a good thing you're out of that fan club. Bad News Allen calls me the chipmunk. Well, I call him the acorn, and you know what chipmunks do to acorns.
Okay. Boy, I'll tell you, these guys are really pulling a rally here. I'm talking about Hashiv Khan and Viet Cong. Whoop! Caught his own man. The old malfunction at the junction. Yes, sir. Now Brian Pillman going to work. Hammers away at Viet Cong. He's going to send him for a ride. Some good headbutts across that ring. Look out, Nelly! Oh, he caught him beautifully.
Pillman can do it all. He has become a complete wrestler. It has taken him about a year to learn every maneuver that he could possibly learn inside the ring. He is becoming a sensation. Watch him fly.
Well, he's got a long flight. He may have made a mistake. No, he didn't. One, two, just two. We're just shy of the 10-minute mark. It's one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Hart really decks him from up front. Beautiful clothesline. He got him cold.
That flying clothesline, Bruce Hart's favorite maneuver. Here comes Pillman off the top rope.
He got him. He got him. Bruce Hart scored as Pillman protected Hart and got the count. That is what you call cooperation.
Let's hear it for Bad Company.
Well, just a minute. I mean, they were spectacular and all the rest, but you're not a cheerleader. The winners of the bout are Bruce Hart and Brian Pillman, otherwise known as Bad Company.
Yahoo!
Oh, stop that.
Out a little bit more of the old on-the-spot justice, Brian Pillman.
That's right, Jimbo. I'm glad you said justice, because a lot of people out there think it's vigilante involved, okay? But it's not. I mean, consider it a public service. We come out here, we got two geeks who slimed and slithered their way past immigration. Well, let me tell you something. They came into this ring tonight. They were stepping on turf. They were stepping into badlands. And that's just what was in order, a little on-the-spot justice. So you two punks can go back to that little soup kitchen in Mongolia, wherever it's at, and squash cockroaches and drown rats all day long. I don't care. What I want to talk about is some of the teams on the horizon. A lot of people out there say we're paper champions. We haven't been fighting the top teams, but we're prepared to come in here week in, week out, and face who's ever at the top of the ratings board. DeSalvo, Toilet Bowl, whoever, I don't care. This Bad Company is going to rise to the occasion, and we're looking forward to those challenges.
Thank you, Brian. My fellow Bad Company-ite.
That's right,
Bruce Hart. Bruce,
I'd just like to
a lot of big teams on the horizon for you. And I know you guys are not chicken champions. You will fight anybody, anytime, anywhere.
I'd just like to reiterate exactly what Brian said, whether it be Garfield, Ports, DeSalvo, Bad News, Muck and Sing, any of these big mouths with the big bellies and the big muscles and all the rest. We're ready, willing, and able to take on any one of them. We didn't get to be champions by backing down from anybody, and we're sure as hell not going to start doing it now.
You heard it. Bad Company, they're ready for anybody.
Jury. What have you got there?
You know something? It's amazing. Kirshner challenges me to a match. Then he turns around and begs the commission and the IWA president, please, I changed my mind. Don't let me have that match with the barbed wire, because I know Markin will kill me. He knew that. He begged him, don't let him sanction that match. Don't sanction that match. Kirshner, you know the matches I had with Omar Hart. He beat me from toes to my nose, but I'm still here. He didn't stop me. He gave me a good beating many times, and I give him a good beating many times. I'm never going to run. After I went with him, I'm sure the hell ain't going to have to run from anything with you. I'm here. He's not going to chase me out. You're not going to chase me out. I'll take his challenge, your challenge, anybody else's challenge. Here's what I think of you, Kirshner. See, you're yellow.
Oh, get that stuff away from me.
I tell you,
Get that away.
Owen Hart, you are the tag team champion. Me and Mac and Sting, we don't forget about you. Bruce and Pillman, we don't forget about you. We still want the tag team belt. And Owen Hart, if I don't get it for you, Mac I will.
All right, you're signed up. It's yellow.
That's just exactly right. That's what Kirshner is. I'll tell you something. Kirshner, when I get done with you, punk, little Rambo lookalike, Omar, I got a message for you. You get ready, Omar, because I still got one of your eyes to take out.
All right. Buck is saying Jerry Morrow and hangers on. Owen Hart. He is the North American heavyweight champion, and for a long time held the Commonwealth belt as well. He has graduated into the heavyweight division, and he bends the beams at 223 out of Calgary. He's in against a big man, Kerry Brown. 265, Kansas City, but you see what that size means? Nothing. Beautiful drop kick at close range. Good arm drag. This is a spectacular young man. Kerry Brown has been training hard to better his future. in wrestling. He's gone down from 290 to 265. Looks much trimmer for it. And he is a tough adversary, like him or not.
You cannot take Kerry Brown lightly. This is a man who I have been researching his files. He at one time held the North American Heavyweight Championship, and for a long time, he and Duke Myers, as you know, Ed Whalen, very well, because they dominated for quite some time. They were the international tag team champions. Kerry Brown, not to be sneezed at, a very respectable opponent, but when you're talking about anybody in there against Owen Hart, he is such a master of every wrestling maneuver you could possibly imagine that whoever he goes in against, no matter how big he is, and Ashiv Khan at 270 pounds found that out last week, you know that his opponent, Owen Hart's opponent, has got to be the underdog.
Well, Kerry Brown, ranked only 8th as to challenger in the heavyweight division. Long way down. I'm sure he will move his way up, but he's got a lot of people to pass. The number 1 contender is that strange character, Jason the Terrible. I have to laugh when I think about him only because it is astonishing to see what has happened to his popularity. Once an indescribable villain. People just could not tolerate him. Look at Owen Hart doing the work. And now Jason is kind of a, what do we call it? A pseudo-hero.
The crowd, the wrestling fans, do not know quite what to make of Jason the Terrible. But as long as he's pitted against men like the Zodiac, who he unmasked just 1 week ago, or tonight against Bad News Allen, you got to know he is going to be the crowd favorite.
Uh-oh. Hart really hit that corner, didn't he? Very, very solidly. He's shaken up. Owen Hart against Kerry Brown. Pretty solid matchup. It is a test for Owen, the North American champion. There's the hip toss, and what do we got going here? Brown, the 265-pounder, put a lot of knee into that move. Owen gets up, shakes the cobwebs out a little. This is one fall, 45-minute time limit. Just past the 5-minute mark.
Owen Hart is not only battling a former North American heavyweight champion in Kerry Brown, he is also battling knee injuries that he has suffered over the past few months. He is still not 100%. I was talking to him earlier on. He is wearing the knee pads. He is a little concerned about whether or not he can go full out, but you can bet when he goes in against Kerry Brown, he'll be giving it his all.
Oh, no. Oh, no, he drove him into that ring post. And as a result, Kerry Brown gets a yellow card, but that doesn't make much difference to the feeling in Hart's back. Of that, you've got to be sure. Is he going to get driven? He's hung up top. Yes, sir. The old Kansas City dryer. Hung out to dry. Can Owen jam his way out? An elbow might do it. Keep in mind, this occurred right after he was jammed back first into the ring post. Hart trying to get some locomotion. He got it. And then he got a knee to the midsection. Owen's got a pretty tough assignment here.
Owen Hart is an exhibition of courage. He won't let these things slow him down. Owen Hart is an aberration. In the days when wrestlers are getting bigger and bigger, pounding on the muscles, pounding on the weight, they are getting so big. He is a smallish kind of a man in a big man's game, and yet here's a man who can take on all comers no matter what size, and he has not lost in recent memory. Owen Hart, the former Commonwealth mid-heavyweight champion, now the North American heavyweight champion. This a non-title affair against Kerry Brown.
The crowd exhorting Owen to get his motor going. Beautifully done. But at the same time, Hart hurt his back, I do believe, if not his knees. He's got a lot of problems going for him right now. You can be guaranteed it's not going to stop him. Comes in with a couple of solid smashes, then a third one to the top of the head, and now somebody's going for a big, long ride. Good maneuver.
Kerry Brown came back into this territory saying that he had one aim and one aim only, to regain the North American Heavyweight Championship. I think Owen Hart is having something to say about that right now.
Just past the 10-minute mark. Look at how he handles that weight. Kid's got great power. Not to mention, he may be, the most agile wrestler since the days of Edouard Carpentier. You can throw Dynamite Kid into that bag, too. The three of them spectacular. Well, the crowd sort of sensing something coming off here. They're almost in awe. But now watch. Boy, has he got a long-distance flight. This one's cross-country. He caught him. Up he gets. Can you see that nip up?
Owen Hart, if he wasn't a wrestler, the man would have to be a professional acrobat. Oh, just misses a 3 count. The new trimmed down Kerry Brown at only 265 pounds compared to almost 300 previously. Thought that maybe he would be able to combat the agility of Owen Hart by losing the weight. I'm sorry, Kerry, it just ain't happening.
Well, here we go. Hart still showing good power. But he gets tossed on out of there. Out on the deck. Well, he's not getting a gilt-edged invitation to get back in there. Gonna get him run into the post. No, he's not. Oh, look at this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, how about that? How about that?
A spectacular backwards move off the top rope by Owen Hart. Right in behind Kerry Brown, pulls him down. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Owen Hart, the winner, and he never ceases to amaze. You take on all comers, all sizes. Last week you beat Hashif Khan at 270 pounds. This week, Kerry Brown at 265. Obviously, the size doesn't matter.
Kerry Brown's a big guy, and he's actually a very tough guy, and I take my hat off to him. But like I say, I've been mowing them down as fast as they can come. Jerry Morrow, Hashish Khan, Kerry Brown, they've all gone down, and they'll go down.
Mowing somebody a little bit bigger and a little bit tougher than Omar. You want to come out here and brag about all the people you mow down, all the people you destroy. Why don't you do it with me then? You've been running from me for 6 or 8 months. Why don't you do it with me? Why don't you get yourself ready and quit hobbling around and quit hiding from me and get in a damn ring and quit bragging?
I'll tell you something, Toilet Bowl. I've been mowing them down, and I'll tell you something. You're just a fat piece of crap. I've had my biggest feuds with you, Toilet Bowl.
Come on then.
Come on.
Come on.
Rhonda Singh just back off tour from Puerto Rico, Japan, Mexico. You're the world champion.
Yes, that's right, Ed. I just finished beating Wendy Richter for the WCW Women's World Champion, Ed. And as you know, I'm always happy to defend my title against anybody. I just came back from Japan, Mexico, and successfully beat everybody over there. So
well, that's a big win over Richter.
Oh yeah, no, it's a big win because she, as you know, she's former WWF World Champion also. And now
just a minute, here's a young lady. I don't mean to interrupt. Get in here. Delta Dawn. She has been hanging around here dying to get at you. She's been dying to get at you.
Everybody's trying to get at me.
Yeah, sure. Delta, you're ready for her, aren't you?
That's right. I've been waiting a long time, Rhonda Singh, and here I am. I'm from BC. I want to say hello to everyone from BC, and I'm going to wrestle Rhonda Singh pretty soon. So I want everyone to watch because it's going to be my first time wrestling Rhonda Singh. She's from Japan and everything, and I hope to do my best.
Okay, Rhonda, if you dare to take her on.
Dare? The challenge is hers. It's all hers. If she's willing to step in the ring with me, I'll be here, Ed. You know, I don't deny anybody their chance.
Okay, Rhonda Singh, Delta Dawn. There they are. It's called a boot camp lumberjack match. We told you at the beginning of the show that a barbed wire match was out. Too barbaric. I'm thankful that it was. So they made it a lumberjack match. This is one fall. There is no time limit. It's a fight to the finish. And there's a lot of wrestlers around that ring. And so far, those outsiders have spent their entire time shoving Mucka back in the ring.
This is a grudge match of the first order. You can see Mucka Singh trying to get outside the ring, being pushed back in by this armada of wrestlers lined up outside the squared circle. I'll tell you one thing, this match is going to be mayhem. They do not like one another. Colonel Kirshner and Mike Shaw, otherwise known as Mucka Singh, they have no love for one another. They have something to settle, and this will be the time that they should settle all their differences.
Well, he's all strung out. Kirchner, 260, Fort Bragg, Mucka Singh, 370, Saginaw, Michigan. There are 18 wrestlers around that ring, and hopefully we won't wind up with about 9 bouts outside.
Well, there is some action going on outside the ring. The members of Karachi Vice having to it with members of the Hart Mafia. You can see it's constant mayhem on the outside of the ring. Inside the ring, it's Colonel Kirshner in control at the moment as we reach very close to the 5-minute mark. We are approaching the 5-minute mark, and thus far, it has been all Colonel Kirshner.
Once again, Mucka gets knocked down. Once again, he tries to get out. Once again, there's a scramble as he's grabbed from behind. Look at that. Looks like the subway at rush hour.
Looks like a rugby scrum or a victim of the population explosion. It is amazing outside the ring when one of these wrestlers, most obviously Mucka Singh, goes out for a breather. There ain't any breathers happening outside the squared circle.
Well, they're trying to get Muck out of there right now. And we are at the 5-minute mark. One fall. Fight to a finish. The booming voice you hear in the background is Jerry Morrow trying to rally support for his man. He didn't do very well.
Well, the crowd is solidly behind the Colonel. Colonel Kirshner, a man who has dispatched virtually all of his opponents in near record time. He has had some trouble with Muck and Singh, but it has primarily been because of outside interference in earlier bouts.
Well, this is the first rally that we have seen by Muck and Singh. Slaps on that big bear hug. And we've gone half a dozen minutes.
It's ironic that Muck and Singh came into the ring wearing what looked like pants that are battle fatigues because the Colonel Kirshner has accused Muck and Singh of being nothing less than a chicken, a man who has fled his country's call when the Vietnam War was happening. Muck and Singh denies all of that, of course, but Colonel Kirshner still considers his opponent a coward. And look at
this. Look at this. They're going to maul him a little bit before putting him back in the ring. Goodness sakes. Scrum is right, James. Scrum is right. Back in mid-ring. Mucka looking pretty confident at the moment. He was not 2 minutes ago, but the worm has turned at the moment. Got him with a clothesline. Kirchner goes down.
Well, Muck and Singh showing a little bit more speed than he usually does. He is trimmed down to a mere 370 pounds. Used to tip the Toledos at pretty close to 400. He figures, I guess, that will give him a bit of an advantage in terms of agility. He still moves around the ring, though, like a sow in heat. He is not a very fast man. In fact, if anything, he could be called a plodder, but no questioning Muck and Singh's great strength.
Out goes the Colonel again. And again, that pile up outside the ring, some of them trying to clobber him before he gets back in. Oh my, this is weird. This is weird. A match that was to have been a barbed wire affair. And in that instance, we were not going to show it on television. I know of it being done only in Puerto Rico, and I have to wonder about that situation there. At any rate, it was ruled out by the Boxing and Wrestling Commission locally, so it becomes a lumberjack match. Colonel Kirchner, Muck and Singh, nearing the 10-minute mark.
Kirshner, I know, is disappointed that there is no barbed wire around the ring. He'd want everything in there. He'd want pit bulls, giant anacondas, and machine guns at 5 paces. This is a man who knows no fear, and right now, as he and Muck and Singh are surrounded by about almost 20 wrestlers outside the ring, it looks like Colonel Kirshner is in some difficulty.
Fight to the finish. In other words, no time limit.
10 minutes, Ron. 10 minutes.
We're at the 10-minute mark. Kirchner, after dominating things in the early going, has not got on track for the last 5 minutes or so. I spoke too soon. Coming back with some shots of his own. Mucka doesn't want any. Is he going to pull him over? My heavens. Boy, that's a lot of weight. He did it. Yes, he did.
That is a lot of weight, almost 400 pounds. Colonel Kirchner going upstairs. Big knee drop to the head of Muckin Singh. This could be it, except that I see Jerry Morrow has got Muckin Singh's leg up on the ropes, but Kirchner still doing his thing inside the ring. He is looking dominant.
Watch now. Whoop, we got a turnaround. Is it the crunch? The Karachi crunch. Kirchner got out of it. Whoops, the referee got knocked down. Wayne Hart is knocked down.
He caught one of Muckin Singh's boots right in the face. Here comes Strangler Steve DeSalvo. DeSalvo. He ambushed Corporal Kirchner. Everybody wants to get involved. DeSalvo pile drives Kirchner. I cannot believe the outside interference. Wayne Hart, the referee, still in trouble. The wrestlers at ringside amazed at what's transpiring. Kirchner is badly shaken up.
Referee didn't see it. Didn't see. DeSalvo, he was down. Here's Owen Hart coming up top. And he knocks Mucka Singh out of there. Here comes Jerry Morrow. Oh, everybody's going to fight. Everybody, look at this. It's going to be a wipeout. I don't know who's beating who or why or what. Look at this. What a sight.
Colonel Kirchner has been disqualified. They did not see the referee. Wayne Hart was hurt. He did not see the outside interference by Strangler Steve DeSalvo and Colonel Kirchner. As a result, he only saw Owen Hart coming into the ring. And Colonel Kirchner has been disqualified. A very unpopular decision. Well, Muckin Singh, Colonel Kirchner says he would love to have at least one fair fight with you. And here he is right now.
Am I a legend? Davies, just answer that question. Am I a legend or what?
In your own mind.
I'm a legend. I just beat the idiot in his own match. I beat the idiot in his own match. Now Omar's here with him. Now, I'll tell you what. Now I just want Omar. Now I just want Omar. I just want Omar.
Okay. Well, can you do it without outside interference?
Stand there and be a prop. That's all you are. I'll tell you what, Omar. You stand over there. You talk like a hero. You stand there with G.I. Joe. I'll tell you, you just get your belt. You just get your belt. I'll challenge you. I'll challenge you, idiot. I'll challenge you, idiot, anytime, any place, Omar. Everybody in the Western Hemisphere seen me destroy you. Last time, they'll see me do it again. This time, I'm just going to have to put you in a box and get rid of you.
Move past the 5-minute mark. Cover now by Allen, but he has not got him softened up at all. But Jason came into the mighty roar of the crowd. It startled him. Just two once again.
Jason was hornswoggled at the outset of the bout, as you say. He was listening to the verbal diarrhea of the financial advisor of Karachi Vice, Garfield Ports, and while his back was turned into the ring, came Bad News Allen, and here comes a power slam by Bad News. Whammo!
Well, Jason got the leg up on the rope. Right now, Allen looking a little bit frustrated, a little bit surprised, possibly, too. Jason is a very worthy adversary. Watch it now. Jason got those big knees up, and that's the way you get out of that one.
This match has been billed as the Battle of the Titans, and these are two impressive physiques on these wrestlers. We're talking super heavyweights, both 6'4", 6'5", and very close to 300 pounds. They are well-muscled, well-conditioned athletes, and this bout has been just a series of incredibly hard smashes, punches, slams, you name it, you got it. It's all power.
Jason the Terrible against Bad News Allen. Allen has gone outside the ring to grab a chair. Oh, he got him in the midsection. Goes after Jason outside the ring. Jams him in the shoulder. He's not exactly subtle about it. It's pretty disgusting.
Bad News Allen using exceedingly questionable tactics. That's exactly the way he started out this bout. We are approaching the 10-minute mark, and at the very outset of this bout, he snuck up behind Jason the Terrible while Garfield Ports was launching a verbal diatribe at the big man. That's what started it all off, and it has been nip and tuck ever since then. But that first move by Jason the Terrible, receiving the back sneak of Bad News Allen, it has been Bad News Allen for the most part.
He's trying to yes, he is. He's trying to unmask him, I do believe. He was going for the throat, but I'm not sure but what he wanted the mask to. Turns his man over. And Allen in control of things now as we near the 10-minute mark. Turn around. Got him with a big slam in the cover, and it's a 2, and it's just a little over 2. Jason the Terrible against Bad News Allen. Uh-oh, 1, 2, and Jason escaping the count in this instance.
A little bit of a mix-up in the ring. The crowd is solidly behind Jason the Terrible. They are a little dumbfounded right now watching him being manhandled by Bad News Allen off the ropes. Oh, Jason got in that clothesline, and it looks like Bad News is on Queer Street. They both go over the top rope.
Well, they're going to wipe it out because they went over the top rope, but I'm not sure what his specific ruling will be, but they're slugging it out in front of that ring, Allen and Jason, and headed for the dressing room, probably to bang, I would think, Jason into the door. I don't know that that would do much good with that mask on.
That is exactly what happened. Jason shoved.
Well, Jason turned it around. Jason turned it around, knocked him down.
Bad News Allen could have a dislocated shoulder. An amazing slam into that ring post. Jason is coming after him. This bout has been wiped out already, but the two wrestlers don't seem to realize that. They still want a piece of the action.
Well, it's going on. Out goes the referee over the top. not pin his man down. Well, the crowd hoping that he will clean up on Allen, but what's this? Mukka Singh.
Mukka Singh attacking Jason the Terrible from behind, relieving the pressure off of Bad News Allen. Now he's holding Jason, and Bad News decks Jason with a very vicious forearm. 2 against 1.
Well, that's sort of typical, I'm afraid, of Mukka Singh and his friends. Look at this. Caught him with a Karachi crunch. I wish somebody would get out of here and look after Jason.
2 against 1, typical Karachi Vice tactics. Outside the ring, cheering them on, Abu Izal and Miss Honey. Our referee, Wayne Hart, still shaken up from going over the top rope, but it's 2 men against 1. They're trying to unmask him.
Oh, now, he's got that mask. Here's Owen Hart. Here's Owen Hart. Knocks both the men down. Owen Hart is cleaning house. How about that?
All right, as a result of what happened at the end of this last bout, our main event, we have a new alliance. Owen Hart and Jason the Terrible. Owen, a very difficult decision for you. Can you trust this man in tag team action against Mukka Singh and Bad News Allen?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim. I've been in the ring with this man, and I know how tough he is, and I know how dangerous he is. But I said before, I've been double-crossed, and I've been a victim of double crosses before. Now, I know what this guy's done to my friends. He's beat up Hiro Hasse, put him in a wheelchair. He beat up Chris Benoit. So I'm very reluctant to come in the ring with this guy next week to take on Bad News Allen and Mukka Singh. But I'll tell you what, Jason has given me his assurance he will not double-cross me. You will not double-cross me. I'll tell you what, I'm putting a lot of trust in this guy. I know how tough he is, but then again, I know how easy he is to mislead. And those guys tried to mislead him. They tried to convince him that I am his enemy. Well, I'll tell you, Jason, there was 2 guys beating on him, and that's the only reason I came in and saved him. Now, I said before, I had no use for this guy. I don't trust him. I think he could double-cross me at any time because he's very unstable. But I said before, Jason, I'm going to confide in you, and I'm going to put all my trust in you. Now, I'll tell you something. You're going to be in for the best tag match of your life.
Okay, okay, two questions for Jason. 2 questions for you, Jason. Can Owen Hart trust you? Okay, and the last question, what are you 2 guys going to do to Mukka Singh and Bad News Allen? Okay.
I'll tell you something. Calgary's seeing the hottest team in professional wrestling, and next week, Toilet Bowl, Bad News Allen, Jason and I, we've confided in each other. We're going to stick together, and we're going to beat the crap out of you. You guys are going down. Come on, Jason. All right.
You got a problem. You got a problem. That's a tough team. Hart.
Let me tell you something,
Jason.
man. Let me tell you, beer belly sharecropper, something. I hope you lost your home. I hope you lost your
What are
car
you talking
betting
about?
against the Ultimate Warrior, because I beat him like the dog that he is, and he had that spineless cockroach come in here, put his nose where
I
it don't
thought there
belong.
was some interference by this guy. Boy. Well, we will. Look forward to seeing you next week at this same time, but... well, unbelievable night. In the meantime and in between time, that's it, another edition of TSN Wrestling. Goodbye.